All right, so how many sets are we doing here now?
I think we just did 3 or 4 sets of donkeys, and then we were going to finish up 3 sets of these rotating calf machines.
What exercises are we doing here?
These just, I don't even know what the machine's called. It's kind of a rotating calf machine. Your legs are stabilized, and it's a pretty just a short, compact movement. Just your ankles up and down, and that's about it.
Do you guys tend to do seated calves every time you do calves, or is it always rotating around?
It's always rotating around. We ended up finishing up with seated calves today, but it's depending on whether we're trying to hit our lower calves or what part of the calves we're trying to hit on that day.
The reason I'm asking is because a lot of people always say to me, oh, I heard you have to do, seated calves for the soleus muscle, and you have to do some kind of, with your legs in a locked out position for the gastrocnemius muscles, which are the two-headed muscle that sits on the back of your calf. Jeff, what's your feeling on that? Do you feel that you need to hit both, or is it all right to miss one time and then make up for it later in the week?
No, I feel you should hit all the heads of your calves in one workout.
And when you guys do calves, you always manage to do that?
Yep.
Chris has something to add.
Yeah, I also like to switch up the angle of my feet, pointing them in or pointing them out, just to hit the inside or the outside of your calves.
Do you feel that really changes where you're hitting? A lot of people will debate with you and say, well, it doesn't matter if you turn in or out. If you go straight on, you're going to hit the same muscle.
No, I actually feel it on the different heads depending on where my which direction my toes are pointed in.
What about you, Jeff? How do you feel about that? I know you have genetically freaky calves, but do you think that foot position's important?
Yeah, I like to rotate every set where one set would be straight, one set would be out, one set would be inner, just to hit just different heads of the calf.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you guys, this is, I guess, for aspiring bodybuilders who are watching this, how do you guys feel about the importance of attending shows or going to national level shows, showing your face and getting your face out there so that people know you? Now, I'm not talking about just competing, I'm just talking about attending the shows. Jeff?
Yeah, you take it.
Jeff is passing to you, Chris.
I mean, I enjoy going to the shows. We got a lot, in bodybuilding, it's kind of a, it's kind of a small subculture, so you get to know a lot of people, you get to see your friends competing, and it's just a fun thing to go to.
I think it's important. I think for aspiring bodybuilders who want to compete and be competitive, it is important to show your face. And like you said, it is the same judges at most of all the national shows. It is the same community of people. Everyone kind of knows each other, and obviously bodybuilders, you want to get noticed. And I think it is important to note that it is important to go to the shows. It is important to show your face at the Arnold Classic and spend a little money sometimes and go to these shows, even if you're not competing, because people forget who you are really quickly in this sport, unfortunately. With that being said, Jeff, what was the last bodybuilding show you've attended?
Last weekend I went to the Atlantic States in New York.
What did you think of the competition?
I thought it was good. I thought it was a little bit weaker than last year's show and the year before that. So I'm just looking forward to the next show I'm going to, which is the Jersey.
You're not gonna do the Eastern USA the week before the Nationals?
No, I'm gonna do the Gold's Classic.
Now, let me ask you another thing about that. The Gold's Classic is obviously from where you're from, Jersey, and it's always comfortable to compete in your hometown and qualify there. How do you feel about the idea that usually Jim Mannion, the NPC president, and a lot of national level judges usually judge the Eastern USA? Does that influence your decision at all?
Well, I did a lot of New York shows in the past, and I figured this year I'll take it a little differently and do a Jersey show.
Fair enough. And now, when you're not going to compete till 2008? Is that right?
Right. I did 2 shows in 06. Decided to take 07 off, and I'm looking forward to 08.
You're going to do it in 08?
Right now we're debating between the Junior USAs and Junior Nationals, and probably also throw in the Metropolitan in the usually I think it's March, early April.
Now, let me ask you a question, Jeff. I know you're sitting on a very uncomfortable box here, so you have to keep getting up. But when you're doing these seated calf raises that we're watching here, do you find that you get a better contraction when you lean forward or when you lean back?
Better contraction when I'm kind of varies. It depends. If you're leaning backwards, you're going to pull the weight up. If you're leaning forward, you're leaning more weight on your calf. So I feel that you get better contraction when you're leaning forward.
I think you just finished up your calf workout, and I want to thank you for joining us in the trenches with Muscular Development Magazine. I'm here with Jeff Long and Kris
Lecomte.
Signing off.